All right. All right, we're live. Well, hello. Welcome to Acadian Comics. I'm your host, James Fondren. And in this video, in our live video, we're going to be touching up a assignment that I just followed along with and did with Clayton Barton at the How to Draw Comics Academy. And what I want to do, well, can I do that? Let's see. Yes. Okay. Perfect. Let me pull this up real quick because I want to show people. This is really cool. So let me start the chat real quick, but I'm gonna open this bad boy up and show y'all. This is the How to Draw Comics Academy, and before I get too into it, okay, now we're getting into my stuff. No. We want to be in the How to Draw Comics Academy. Yeah, so this was the lesson that we did this evening with Clayton. And where's my chat? Hold on a second. It's my chat. Okay. Okay, good. It's weird. For whatever reason, Streamlabs does not give you, it doesn't give you the chat. Like, it doesn't no. Oh, I could do a whole layout, but I don't have it that sophisticated yet. But anyway, it doesn't give you the option to like have your chat in the side. So I'm just gonna say welcome to Thursday night live stream. Welcome to the, it's Tuesday, not Thursday, sorry. Welcome to the Tuesday night live stream. Oh, well, that's my old chat. Oh, that's lame. Let's see, what can I, before I get into that, let me get back to the full webcam here. I'm going to pull this up real quick. Just let me make sure I'm ready for prime time first. Refresh the chat. Sign in. Okay, yeah. So with Streamlabs, it makes you do like some kind of strange. Well, it makes you open it in a browser, the chat. So, hey, it is what it is. But anyway, welcome to Acadian Comics. I'm your host, James Fondren, and in this video, I'm going to show you what I've just been working on in the How to Draw Comics Academy with Clayton Barton. And let me just share this real quick. So if you're not familiar, this is the How to Draw Comics Academy. And see, what you're looking at right now is a timetable, but this is like the splash page for Clayton's website. And then I'm just going to get a swig of water. I'm sorry, my mouth is really dry. So sorry. Yeah, so this is his website, and I started at the Academy probably in November of last year, and you know, didn't really get too serious about drawing until I got my iPad, and then I started doing everything digitally. And look, there's a plethora of of free material that you can learn. Like, I remember the first thing I did was these head studies, the front, side, and 3/4 view, the dynamic how to draw heads and faces. I took that. I've done this one, how to draw facial expressions, but I haven't done all of these either. So you know, it's really a rich environment, and there's a lot here. So you know what, let me start the chat. There we go, just letting people know, hello, welcome to the Tuesday night live stream. And then, but once you get into the Academy, you know, we have a community forum where you can like post your work, and I think this is one of the most critical things here. There is a feedback and critique section, and you can kind of see the work that people have been posting. And look at the art here. Look at what people have done. Isn't that amazing? Like, check this out. Look at that. You know? It's really something. Look at this sequential art. This is Batman, right? Yeah, so anyway, yeah, see, people are posting their practice. I've posted my practice. Here's a Ghostwriter sketch I shared. You know, I've done some work on that since. I've added a little bit more detail. I'm trying to get the pants and everything in there, but my iPad just turned off. But yeah, so this is the How to Draw Comics Academy, right? And you know, we just had a live session where Clayton gives you live instruction, and then you can chat during that live instruction. So, I mean, there's some really great artists in here. Look at some of the work that people are producing, like my buddy Rex here. Look at what Rex is doing, and Dominic, you know, Matt. Again, I post some of my stuff, you know, when I'm practicing. But you can really get a sense of look at Caleb's Batman. That's pretty badass. You know, it's really amazing. And then you can do, like, you know, he has the live classroom, which is what we just did. And so immediately after a live class, you can see the live video. See, so we were just working on this. We just did this, and then he'll go and he'll upload the previous lessons. But then there's also a timetable, like, for what you can expect. So tomorrow is going to be Dan Lawless teaches drawing figures with gesture, right? Isn't that cool? And then we have the second practice, which is what we did, the back view of the quarter back view, or 3/4 back view rather. And you know, in the next week we're going to be getting into the female body, the front, right? And then look, next Sunday it's going to be the feedback and critique session. That's awesome. And look at this, coming up on the 29th at the end of the month, we're doing a workshop, superhero design turnaround. Well, this is going to be multiple hours of work. Hey Red Dog, how's it going? I'm sharing with everyone the academy, and I don't know if you saw it or not, but let's see. But yeah, so we're gonna have a guest artist come in tomorrow. It's gonna be Dan Lawless. I see what happened. Whoops. And I have some videos. To share, like, that I'm going to be posting. But this is the How to Draw Comics Academy, and you see all the different recorded sessions that you can do. And again, the greatest value here. Okay, yeah. Let me show this. So you saw I showed the live classroom, the community. There's a learning program. There's a dashboard, timetable, and then there's a download section so you can download the videos. And then there's the vault. And the vault has all kinds of information in it. So let's see if I can get out of here for a second. I keep doing that. It's bumping me out. But I think I know what the problem is. Yeah, it's the studio. There we go. That's a lot better. Okay. So yeah. It's pretty neat, you know, and you have all this backlog of stuff to go through, and it's just endless. Like, look at this drawing with shape. He's breaking down the fist. What is that form? You know, we did hands practice a few months ago, and drawing cylinders, and foreshortening the mannequin model, and drawing weapons, and foreshortening fundamentals. And we did this really long. This was like a mini workshop when we did, like, this mutant breaking through this hallway in this sort of like Doom style, like, facility. So that was pretty cool. And this is some of the stuff that we've done, like, that we've worked on since the academy started in earnest. So, and then here we are back to kind of the other courses. But yeah, so that's the How to Draw Comics Academy. let's see here. Let me get back over here. So I would highly recommend this to anybody who wants to learn how to draw, really learn how to draw. And if you want to draw comics, I highly recommend going to Clayton's website. It's howtodrawcomics.net, and you can begin lesson number 1, working with the lines. And look, this is fundamental, but even so, I mean, it's something that I have to work on, you know, and I'm still struggling to try to get clean lines, as you'll see here in a minute. Like, I'm trying to convert my scratchy lines to nice clean ones. So yeah. So let me get out of this real quick, and I'll go full screen for a second. So yeah, that's what I've been working on, and I'm using a dartboard, and I'll show you what that is in a second. So basically what I have here, and I'm going to move my swing arm real quick. So this right here is a dartboard. So it's a foam board, and you don't see it, but I'll show this to you. Let's see. Get rid of that. And we're back to the How to Draw Comics Academy. Yeah, so there's a stand right here, right? It's called a dartboard, and it's basically a very light, it's a very light stand, and this velcros together, and this actually comes apart, and you can put it over and cover your iPad. But you basically plant it here, and you can do your drawing like you would do like on a Cintiq or something like that, and have a nice setup. So I'm just gonna plug in my USB-C so I can show you all the image. So this is the rear, this is the 3/4 view of the the male character, the male figure from the back. But what I'm going to do is, let's see, can I get the iPad going? Yeah. So this allows me to have posture, right? So now I can sit up, I can come in here like this, and these are some Jurassic Park cards that I got with the Jurassic Park comics. See, check that out. And this is Walt Simonson right here, and I believe he is going to be at Garden State Comic Fest on Saturday. So I've got those 4 Walt Simonson Legends of the World's Finest, where it's like all painted stuff, and I'm gonna have Walt Simonson sign this. So these are some of his cards, and then those comic books, I'm gonna have him sign those books. So anyway, yeah, so this is my setup now. So now I have good posture. You see, now I can sit up here, and I can come in here and kind of do my work now, and have it not so my posture's better now, and I can sit up. I'm not leaning over. I might dip my chin down a bit, but I can't. And here's another thing too, like there's a smooth transition from here to here. I can rest. Well, I have the microphone, but I can rest, or I can put my hand on the edge here like this and hold on to the board and do it like that, wow, I gotta fix this. Hold on a second. So this is what we were working on tonight, and whoops. And this is, trying to get once what I'm looking forward to is when my lines are not as scribbly. When I get to the point, let's see, I can zoom in a bit more. And part of that is the way I've been doing things, but it's all about, you gotta have a steady hand, and for some reason I'm better at drawing down to up to down, rather than side to side. I don't know why that is, but for me it's easier to go up and down and up. But yeah, so I'm gonna switch it now, but this is what I got. This is called a dartboard. So I'm enjoying this a lot. I think it was money well spent. I got on Amazon, and because I realized I was like slaving over my work, and yeah, I mean, I want to slave over it, but I don't want to like get hurt doing it. I don't want to have a bad posture, and you might as well start off this way. Now I know some people, they draw and they're hunched over their work, but and maybe that's a habit, it's habitual, but since I'm just starting, I might as well have good habits. So, but no, something that I'm really working on in my work is trying to get a sense of symmetry. Get symmetry in it, because that's during my feedback and critique session. That's something that Clayton had emphasized, that I've come a long way, but I've got to work on my symmetry. But you see what it is now for me is, now it's, you see how it's, I can clean these lines up. Like, you see, I can go in here. The more you clean something, the better it looks, and the more readability you have in the piece. And so that's what I'm trying to do. In my opinion, I think this head is a little too small. But that's okay. When you're working digitally, you can just bump it up just a little bit. Yeah. Let's see. See, that looks right to me. I think that's right. I mean, it's slightly out of proportion because I laid down this. Let me show you. So you start off with this. So a character is 8 heads high, right? A comic book character. Sometimes it's 8.5. Sometimes it's 9. But a character is generally 8 heads high. Let me see if I can get this. See, but now I'm getting my camera in there. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So anyway, yeah, 8 heads high. You start off with this to keep the proportions right, and then you start moving out. And this is the mannequin model that we did. We do the mannequin model first, then boom, we lay the anatomy on top of that. So when you take away everything, it's starting to be more clear. And I've just been going in, kind of cleaning up my lines. And I remember when we first started doing this, and I thought, God, this looks like a crappy traced drawing, and I really don't like it. But you know what? It's starting to take shape. I'm starting to get more shape in here, and my lines are getting better. My line art is improving somewhat. So it's all coming together. You see, I made an adjustment here. I adjusted this because I was trying to keep up with him, So oftentimes what I end up doing is, if I'm going to post in the forums, I want to clean up some of the scratchiness of it. So, but the irony is I'm going to have the underdrawing in here too, but that's okay. I'm going to keep the underdrawing and maybe submit 3 different things. I'll have my frame, and I'll have my I'll have my mannequin model, and then I'll have the anatomy over that. So it's kind of what I'm doing. I'm going to switch over. I'm going to switch over to the iPad. There we go. So now you can really see what I'm doing here. It's a lot easier to see this. But I'm really pleased with my live stream setup. It works well. I probably won't be able to do a ton of live streaming in the future because I talk a lot, I make a lot of noise, and I just won't be able to do that as much because people are going to be trying to sleep at night. I won't be able to do it, but in the meantime, I'm going to do it, and at least I know how to do it. And so the next time I can do it, when there's availability, I'm all set up. I really like Streamlabs. It makes it incredibly easy to do, and it's free too. I'm not paying anything for it. I really like it. But you got to have a good swing arm for your mic, so your mic is not in the way, but you're coming in clear, crystal clear. And you got to invest in a decent microphone. I'm using the Lewitt 440 Pro. I picked it up a while ago when I had my first channel. ShadowWorks Media, and I just converted to this because I like this type of microphone. You could be anywhere in any position and it's going to pick up your voice, but the closer you are, the better the sound is. So, but if you get like if you're using like a Shure mic, or another mic like that, you got to be really close to the microphone, and it doesn't sound as good. I like this mic. It's very clean. They have cheaper versions of this, if you want to check it out, but yeah. I mean, it picks up everything, though. Unfortunately, it picks up when you swallow your spit. It's kind of gross, but I mean, it is what it is. I try not to do that too close to the camera, but too close to the microphone. But things happen, So, yeah. But maybe I'll in a minute or two I might show the video. I'll show a little bit of the video so I did 2 videos. I did a quick review of Kordrath, and that's a comic by Andy Smith, and I believe he is going to be at Garden State Comic Fest as well, so I'll get to meet Andy Smith hopefully. Yeah, and I've got a setup for that too. I've got a power bank, and I'm going to be streaming live from there. And tomorrow, for New Comics Day, since it's Juneteenth, it's a holiday. I'm going to go down to the maybe I'll go down to the no, I don't like the original store, the original Midtown Comics was open in Times Square. But I don't know if I want to go there. I think I want to go. I guess I could go to Times Square, but I like my Fulton Street store more. It's less busy. There's less going on. I think I prefer the Fulton Street store. So we'll see. But I'm gonna live stream tomorrow in the comic shop, and honestly, there's not a whole lot that's coming out that I really think I want to read, but I'll probably pick up maybe 4 or 5 comics. Maybe they've got some more Blood Hunt stuff coming out. That would be nice. I'd take a look at that. I'm actually surprised with Blood Hunt. I thought it was going to be kind of not a good concept, but it's actually they're doing a good job with it. So I just can't keep up with every single book, but yeah. So yeah, I'm looking for symmetry issues in my art. I'm looking for things like this where I start looking at these calves. Well, okay, there's some symmetry issues. So here I'm looking, right? This inner calf on the left is bigger than the one on the right. So how do I go about fixing that? Well, I'm gonna try to take this in a bit. Well, not take it in, bring it out. See if that gives me the result I want. Pretty close. People are lighting fireworks for Juneteenth. I can hear it. Dogs don't like that. They don't like fireworks. So anyway, little micro corrections like that, micro adjustments. But so anyway, I reviewed Kordrath. I might show a little bit of that. Well, I'm not going to show a little bit of that. I'm just going to post it to the channel. It'll probably be out later this evening, if not tomorrow morning. And then, so when I did the Dino Comics video last week, I got the Jurassic Park comics in, but what happened was, they were in polybags. The Jurassic Park, the movie adaptation of the comics. It's like, well, I want to read the comics, so I found another set of 4, which basically 2 of them were already opened and 2 of them were closed in the polybags. So I opened 2 of the issues that were in polybags, but I have backups, so I'm not worried about it. I have backup issues that are in polybags. So I started looking in the comic and reading it, and wow, there's some serious symmetry and proportion issues in that comic book. In particular, the the size of the vehicles compared to the figures, the people in the pictures. Like, the people are like, they look like engineers from Prometheus. They're so big, there's no way they could fit inside these vehicles. And I'm gonna show you, like, it's kind of like, that's a huge oversight. I mean, because I know what was going on. They were focused. There's a scene in, I think, issue number 2, where they're looking at the Brachiosaurus, and don't get me wrong, the dinosaur is just drawn beautifully, right? I mean, I could tell they really had a lot of fun drawing that dinosaur. But you look down on the page at the very bottom, and you see the characters in the story, and they're huge. They're ginormous. It's like, it's how did that get by? How did they miss that? But they did. They really did, you know? So, like, that just goes to show you, even professionals can mess it up. Somebody who is commissioned or hired by Topps comic books, who won the adaptation for Steven Spielberg's Jurassic Park as a comic, they they got it wrong. So I'm going to show that in a bit, because it was wild just seeing this. Like, I've never seen it to this extent in a comic book, where this is a major motion picture. A lot of money was spent, and they kind of screwed the pooch on that big time. I was kind of surprised to see that, but that's what's fun. I like these movie adaptations. So I have movie adaptation of Independence Day. I don't have all the individual back issues, but I have the trade paperback for that. Maybe we'll look at that at some point. What else? I have the I have Dune, and I did a video on that, and that was a good comic. It had some issues. But that was a good adaptation. They got all the great lines in there, and it was good. And in Jurassic Park, they got all the great lines. But what was interesting was there were also places where you could tell the writers of the comic, and I believe it's actually Walt Simonson did the story. They were trying to predict which lines were going to be the memorable ones and what to place emphasis on. And most of the time they got it right, but sometimes they got it wrong. Like the scene where they pull up on the sick Triceratops, and she goes up to she says, "I need to see the dinosaur's droppings," and Jeff Goldblum's like, droppings? They didn't have that in the comic. It's like, well, that's funny. Like, why would you not have that in the comic? That's hilarious. But it just goes to show they did not see that as something that was going to be a fun, like a memorable line. Hold on to your butts. That's in there. Am I? Yeah, I see that. See how this is missing on one side? I wonder if did Clayton fill this in and I erased it? He must have. See, and this is see, I'm having a symmetry issue now. You see that? Okay. Little things like that. And what people do, what the artists do, who work conventionally, they have a mirror with them. So they have a mirror, and I'm going to show you why they have a mirror. But when you work digitally, you just flip your canvas. But watch this, okay? So I've been cleaning up a little bit, all right? Watch what happens. I'm going to flip this canvas. Here we go. So then we start to see, okay, where are our inconsistencies? This one, it's harder for me to see it, but I think the anatomy is looking good. I probably, I'm going to redo this, make it more akin to that. But you see, going back, like, it's coming together. It's coming together. You know what? I want to put my own spin on this. I know Clayton did his thing, but and that's another thing too. Like I'm starting to like, I want to do my own stuff. So let's see if I can get this, fix this foot, get the style down that I want. But you know, all this is being done for a reason. All this time that I'm spending doing this, learning the fundamentals, the basics, it's for a good reason. And the reason is I have my own IP that is pretty, for the most part, is fully realized in my mind. It's certainly the first 3 issues for sure. And I have to have the means to do that, and I don't have the means to do it right now because I don't have the skill level and competency to draw something like that yet, but I will one day. And really the trick that I've learned is you got to draw every day if you want to get better. It's like working out, you know. It's like diet and exercise. It's all those things. So if you want to get better at something, you got to practice every day. Now, do I practice to this extent and to this sometimes you're limited in how long you can practice, and that's a thing, but you know, I think that it's making a difference. It's going to pay off. It's going to pay dividends for me later on. And you know, being able to be in the academy like I am, it's speeding up my progress significantly because I could never, it would take me so much longer to get this far on my own, you know. Okay, this isn't working out the way I want. It would take a lot longer to get this far along. So yep, little details, you know, if you can clean things up a little bit, it's gonna pay. It pays off. Every little thing that you clean up, you know, I'm trying to cultivate some kind of polish, even though it's a sketch. It's like, well, this is like turning in your homework. Do you want to turn in something with sloppy handwriting, or do you want to have something that is cleanly written and is legible? You know, that's really it. That's what I'm going for. Can I clean this up? Yeah. No. I'll leave that like that. Yeah. Yep. And I want to make sure that I have, you know, and the hands here, they're just fists, and this is just fill in, you know. If I wanted to actually draw the hands out, I would, but that's not the purpose of this exercise. The purpose of this exercise is to, oh no. The purpose of this exercise is to get the anatomy in right, you know. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. But this is going to be nice. It'll be a good assignment to turn in, you know. It'll be a good one. I'm glad I was at class tonight, and I try to make all of them. And when I can't make all of them, you know, I watch the recording and catch up as quickly as I can, because you could fall behind. I think there had some people that have fallen behind, and they're not really at the academy anymore, or something happened. I don't know. You know, so you gotta be persistent. You know, gotta be persistent. Yep. Yeah. See, this could be better defined, I think. Yeah. There we go. Some polish here. Let's get some polish in here. Yep. Okay. Yep. See, if I wasn't streaming, I'd probably put on some rock music and just like let this thing go. And really let that play. This would look better if I did it like that. I'm just tearing it up. I'm tearing it up. tearing it up. Okay, I can live with that. That's fine. Yeah, I mean, you can play with something until the cows come home, you know. You can really get in there and really do something, you know. Really make it something. Really fill it out. But I do like this blackboard setup. I do. This darkboard setup. This is a game changer because I'm completely relaxed. I'm not stressing over it, you know, and it makes it so much easier. Get rid of that. All right, let's go up here and take a look at this. Yep. Yeah, I've been watching vampire movies lately. I watched Blade, the original. I've watched a little bit of Blade 2. I don't know if I can make it through Blade 3. I don't know. I think I can. I saw Blade 2 and Blade 3 in the theater, and I don't know. And then the movie with James Woods, Vampires. Watched that. Someone made the point about Vampires, the movie, that why would they go through all the trouble to hunt the vampires in the beginning than when they could just get $4 worth of gasoline and burn the house down and not have to risk their lives to go in to kill the vampires. That's a good point, but I think what was understood was there's while they're doing that, they start collecting the skulls, and I think through collecting the skulls, that's how they got paid by the Catholic Church. So I think that's kind of understood in the movie, and they didn't say that explicitly, but that was my understanding of why they were doing that. And so if you just burn the house down, what are you going to do? You're going to go through all the rubble, and by the time that happens, as I mentioned, I was on a live, I did a chat in a live stream, and somebody was talking about this movie, and it was funny because I've been watching it, and I said, well, the fire department's going to show up eventually, and so is the sheriff's department, so they can't stay there, right? So what are you going to do? You're going to go through the rubble after the fire department? No, they're going to find the vampire skulls before you do, you know? And if you think about it, they do this more so in Blade, but like the vampires kind of control everything, real estate, politics, what have you. So who's to say that they won't just cover that up and say, hey, some vampire skulls were found? No, there weren't. You don't know what you're talking about. And then, that's all under wraps, covered up. And you don't know about it. So I thought that they needed to do that to get paid. And, that was my understanding of why they went into the house at the very beginning of the movie. But I like James Woods. He was good in that movie. I mean, there really isn't a John Carpenter movie that I don't like. I mean, I even like Ghosts of Mars. That's not a bad movie. I mean, well, maybe it is, but it's not. It's enjoyable, like I enjoy watching it. I can watch Ghosts of Mars right now, actually. Put that on. But yeah, Vampires was kind of a movie that slipped by me in the 90s, and then found out about it later, and I watched it. Not recently. I've known about it for a while, but like maybe in college. It's like, what? How did I not see this movie? Vampires with James Woods. Yep. So I'm just kind of going in here, trying to clean up my line work. Get it nice and clean. Just before I turn this in, make it less scratchy, more clean. That's the name of the game. Yeah, I saw how on Wesley Snipes' Twitter, he was kind of throwing some shade at Marvel over their kind of debacle with Blade and how they can't get it off the ground, you know? Uh, that was kind of interesting. Kind of interesting. Yeah. And there's so many dynamics, like when it comes to your lines and everything. You know, what size pen are you using? Uh, what kind of impact is that having on your drawing? Like I'm using the practice size. I think it's like 4 on Procreate. But yeah. There we go. Yeah, I'm just trying to clean it up before I turn it in. Feedback and critique. I have to draw. I'm gonna do this again too. I'm gonna do it on. Oh, this is a dirty line. That's a dirty one. I know why, cause he had it dirty, but I'm gonna fix it. I don't think Clayton had it dirty, but I think he was kind of. Just keep that in there like that. Like this. Like this and like that and like that and like this. Okay. I've been following this Adobe business too. Like, you know, I think that I had one time I got in that situation. I had 2 Adobe accounts. I got one with a student discount because I was in grad school. You know, went to graduate school and they gave me a discount for that. Not for art, but just to have the Adobe suite, you know. And then I got out of that and lost the discount. And I had, you know, for maybe 2 months I had like 2 accounts at the same time, and they would not let me cancel one to get to and keep the other. They wouldn't do it. So it's getting pretty serious. People, there must be some kind of class action over it. I don't know the details, but I know that they're very particular about not wanting people to cancel. But if you want to cancel, you should be allowed to cancel something, you know. They should let you do that. So yeah, what's the moral of this story? The moral of the story of now is you have an incentive to draw cleaner lines, otherwise you have to go back later on and do what I'm doing to clean it up, you know. See that? I gotta get rid of that. Make it smooth. I want smooth flush rivets, Odie. Smooth rivets. No rivets. She's gotta be slippery. Yeah. That was a good movie to see in the theater. The Aviator with Leonardo DiCaprio. He plays Howard Hughes. The way of the future. The way of the future. I'm just going to keep saying the way of the future. The way of the future. Alright. My favorite, I like the beginning of the movie where he's young and like he's trying to get Hell's Angels made, and we got to reshoot Hell's Angels for sound. This is what the people want. Silent pictures are a thing of the past. He's like, well, how much of it? It's like his poor accountant's like, how much of it do we have to reshoot? Well, all of it. Think you can take care of that for me? Think you can take care of that for me? That was funny. We have clouds, Mr. Hughes. We have clouds. We have clouds. Going to Oakland. We're going to Oakland. No, but I love the part where he's like, he's watching the footage and there are no clouds. And he's like, it looked like a bunch of goddamn models up there. And because there's nothing for the planes to like, have behind them in the background. So the foreground and the background look the same. So there's like no depth of there's no field of depth, And so he's realizing, oh, we need clouds. We need something in the background to make this work. And it's just not working. Wonder how much of that was true. I'm sure it was. Mr. Hughes, we have clouds. If I really wanted to get carried away with this, I would add some more line weights into this, but I'm just trying to get my lines cleaned up, and that's what I'm shooting for right now. Cleaning up my lines, turning this in. It'll be in the feedback and critique session next week. I'm going to update my Ghost Rider drawing. But see, like what I'm doing now is so fundamental, and it's what you got to realize, and something I didn't understand because it's to an extent this has been demystified for me, and that is you got to have a good foundation with your drawing. If you don't have a good foundation, it doesn't matter. Like it doesn't matter at all, because if it's fundamentally flawed, like your proportions are off. As Clayton was even going into this tonight, explain this, then the whole thing is not going to work. It doesn't matter how great of a rendering you have, how great your hatch lines are, and your cross hatching and your shadowing. None of that matters. If it's wrong, it's wrong. And you can save a lot of time and a lot of heartburn by doing it right the first time. So that's what I'm trying to do in my studies, and get all this stuff down. Get it down, right? So let's take a look. I'm spending a lot of time on that buttocks. I really am. Too much time. But everyone looks there and they want to see. They want to see what you got. What is it? Smooth? Is it? Do you have your lines? It's more about the lines, because I'm dealing with anatomy. This was also discussed. Like what you're seeing here, the shapes have to be right. You want the shapes, so you want to understand how the muscles are shaped, and this, that, and another, and what that anatomy is. So it's kind of cool to see Clayton like go in there and start drawing this stuff just like from his memory. And that's something I've tried doing, and I'm going to continue to do, because once you have that down, you've got it. So I want to get that. I want to get it done. Get her done. Interesting. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to bring this out some more. I think this is probably better. Yeah, because it's complementing the outside here. So we're going to switch that. Get this in here. Get this in there. This in there. But anyway, yeah, so the reason why I'm doing all this is because I have my own story I need to tell. I need to tell it. I don't think that we were all put on this earth to just consume entertainment and complain about it. I think we were put here to create, be many creators. Many creators, and if you have an idea of what kind of creation you want to do and what you want to make, you want to write a book, you want to do something, it's important. The power to create. It's harder to create than it is to destroy, isn't it? That's why so few actually do it. That's why so few people create things. It's easier to destroy something than to create it, or to create a thing. So I think that's part of the lesson and the experience in consciousness, is to grow and to learn and experience the universe and align ourselves with the universe. But the problem is that that's a lesson that it's not being taught enough. We're not teaching that lesson, and people who know aren't speaking up and not speaking out about that. Forget everything else for a moment. Forget whatever is in the daily news cycle, and start thinking about what's right. What is the right thing to do? What's correct? What does it take to be a good person? Things like that. Start thinking about that. And then once you align yourself with the truth of that, the truth of what's a good person, what's a bad person, moral, objective morality, the natural laws of the universe or natural law, you start talking about that. And you see, for me, that was kind of what kicked off my creativity, because when I was younger, I was interested in these things, and I was like, oh, that's really cool. That looks cool. That looks badass. And even now I still say, this looks badass, that looks badass. But now I kind of grew up, and it's like, well, the story has to be there. If you want to do a story, like, what kind of story do you want to tell? What do you want to say? You're going to say something that's relevant, or you're going to say something that's going to help humanity, or you're going to just kind of do something that's thoughtless, or mindless propaganda and drivel? Is it going to be dross? Is it going to be good? So once you have the idea, then you can move forward with what and it's the right idea. Then you can move forward with whatever the medium is you want to tell it in. And for me now, it's comics. I want to do my own comic, and I think I've got a really powerful story. I think it's going to be good. I think people would enjoy it, but the art has to be there. If the art isn't there, then it doesn't matter how good my story is. It's not going to get read. It's not going to be seen, and that'll be the end of that. So that's why I'm taking this very seriously. I'm taking the time to learn this craft, this art, to learn how to do this. It's important. So, and there it is. It's my motivation. My motivation is to give back to the world that's given to me. I think this would look better if it was darkened up a little bit. Thicken up those lines. And there. Okay. Yep, taking some of this stuff out. Erase. Erase. You have to erase. You've been erased. Your luggage. Alright, so I've kind of gone in, cleaned that up, cleaned this up. Let me get in here and clean this up. That's next. That's the next order of business. One thing I've learned though in this process is, there's no formula or magic potion that's going to get you a good drawing. You kind of have to feel out the drawing, and I did sort of cheat a little bit with the proportions on this one, because I'm judging it by my eye too. Like, you can tell when something doesn't look right. You know how something is supposed to look. So, I'm going in and I'm trying to, I'm going to leave that. I'm going in and I'm trying to make those adjustments to make the drawing work. You can't be afraid to erase. You can't be afraid to make those adjustments that could fundamentally change what you've done, but it has to be done to get the best outcome, So, but I am really liking this dartboard. Look, I've been sitting up the whole time just doing this, just drawing this out, I mean, isn't that great? It's great, isn't it? I think it's great. I've got to go back in and fix that deltoid though. I've got to fix that. So I can make this smoother too. Okay. Let's see if I can get this. Yeah. There we go. Nope. Let's play with that. Let's see where that goes. No, it's too thick. I want a simple line. Yeah, that's fine. I can live with that. And you need to have some kind of shoulder here. This. And here. And look, because I adjusted the head size earlier, I'm going to have to adjust this. Make those adjustments. Alright. Yep. Okay. There you go. Just get rid of some of the noise here. All the noise. All the who's down in Whoville. All the noise. Yep. Okay, so we got this coming down. Jeebus. Alright, here we go. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna clean this face up. And I'm gonna flip the canvas back, actually. It's supposed to be the other way, but see, if you have good symmetry and your proportions are good, when you flip it, it should go either way, and it should look good in either direction. You have that horizontally flipped. So that to me, that's been my takeaway from that is, and my lesson from that is, wow, okay, so that's what that does for you. That's what that ensures. It gives you symmetry. It helps you with your symmetry. You know. Maybe just erase that. Yeah. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna flip it back. Flip horizontal. Yeah. So this was the original drawing. This is how it looked, you know. So something is not right with this. I think I know what it is. I think it's this line here. It's a little too thick. I mean, it's a little too far out. So I'm going to bring it in a bit and get it to meet the leg there. And come up. And then I'm going to erase. What's going on with my menu? That was weird how it disappeared. You saw my menu? How do I do that? That's cool. How do we get rid of the menu like that? I kind of want to do that again. I didn't know I could do that. Actually, I did not know I could do that. Oh, didn't want to go there. I have no idea how I did that. I really don't. Interesting. Okay. All right. I'm just going to get rid of this. There's no need to have that anymore. Get rid of it. We know what it is. Clean that up. Clean this up. Yeah, so it all pays off in the end. You just touch up. But I'm going to do another one of these later this week, so probably should not do so much. I think I'm going to leave it there. Let me go back in here and erase some of this. Yep. Okay. Get this cleaned up. that, and then get rid of some of this other stuff you don't need. Yep. You just keep going and going. There's so much to do. So much that can be done. But every little bit that you do, it all adds up. All of it. Let me touch this up a bit. Let me get straighter lines on this face. This is the back view. Uh-oh, did I? Oh no, you want that erased. Yeah, you do. That ties in there. Ties in there. Get rid of some of the scratchy scratch. Yep. Yeah. Just trying to get it the way I want it, That's part of the deal. Get it the way you want it. Tomorrow I'm going to go to Midtown Comics, do my weekly run, pick up some comics, come home. I'll do the comics haul video. You get to watch that. People get to watch that tomorrow. And then this weekend is Garden State Comic Fest. Garden State. Sorry, not Garden Steak. Did somebody say steak? Garden State Comic Fest. All right. I'm just wondering, like, if I would have had something like this in high school, I would have had access to somebody like Clayton in high school where I could learn like that. Boy, oh boy. Life would have been a little bit different, I think. But I'm happy with my life. I'm thinking how, I'm just catching into this now. Better late than never. Better late than never. But you see, like I said, if I can get cleaner lines. Now this was roughed in, okay? If I can get cleaner lines here, then it'll pay off. It'll pay off. I think what we were trying to do, we were trying to make this like a representation of the eyes. They're supposed to be here, I think that's what we were doing. I don't know. I don't remember. But that's a hell of a lot better, I think. That's so much more clean. It's diagrammatic, so, it's not supposed to be anything, crazy. Let me get this here because I think that he did this. I want it to be symmetrical. And here's another, you see this? If we're talking symmetry, it should go here. Then boom, boom. So I'm going to fix that right now. And that's kind of what the practice will do for you. It will reveal to you what needs to be fixed. You start to get a better eye. You start to develop your eye. I'm starting to develop my own eye for this. And I'm liking it. I'm really liking it. So let's fix that. And I think that's where I'm going to leave it with this. It should go straight down the crack there, Straight down the crack. Alright, then bring this down. But what's interesting is I was working in too low of a resolution before. So it didn't, let's see, can I clean this up? I want to clean this up. I couldn't make these corrections because it would get blurry and pixelated. Because there's a default setting. This is like the screen size. And then you can bump up the resolution. So I bumped up the resolution on this thing. And when you zoom out, you can see, you can see kind of the fruits of your labor. let's see here. Get this going here. See, I'm just seeing where I erased and it's not. I'd like to clean this up a bit. Here. And this could be cleaned up too. Oops, too much. Too much. Too much. There we go. Alright, I can live with that. Wait, what did I have before? Okay, I'll keep that. Yeah, so that's that, you know. That's how it looks. And, you know, hold on a second. I think I can get a better curve on that. Okay, let's give it a try. Here we go. Yeah, it's a better line. Better line. Oh, but it's got to go here. Yeah. Screwed that up. And another thing is, like, if you try to draw something in a flat way, or if you're thinking one-dimensionally, two-dimensionally, you're gonna get exactly what you're putting out mentally. It's like a law of mentalism. If I think in 2D, then I'm gonna get a 2D outcome. But if I think in 3D, then I'm gonna get a three-dimensional outcome, and it's gonna look better. You know. So, yeah. It's coming along. It's coming along. I guess I could. What time is it? All right, it's 12 a.m. Okay, jeez. Not that I have work tomorrow. I don't, but just trying to clean things up a bit before I turn in my work. I've said that a million times already. I know. Didn't I say I was going to come back and do this too? I think I did. So let me fix these lines here. And I'm going to go in and erase and thin it out a little bit. There we go. I like that. And then look, give this a curve too. Give that little curve. Clean that up under there. Yeah. Alright. Okay. Getting pretty close to the end here. Let's take a look at these. So I got the calves down. That's pretty good. Got the lower leg extremities. But now it's time to clean this up. Let's do that. Yeah. And it takes time to like warm up a bit too. That's what's crazy. There is a warm up period. You know what I think? I think that this is wrong. I think it needs to go in accordance with that. Let's come here. Yeah. Yeah, there it is. So you gotta warm up, you know. And that takes a little bit of time. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. It does look kind of meh. Okay, this is bad. I gotta fix this. This is not good. Yeah, I don't know how that got the way that got. Gotta fix it. Okay. See, I'm seeing this, and I'm wondering, hey, shouldn't that be like that? Because it doesn't really look Where's the symmetry in that? I'm gonna fix this, so this is where it needs to be fixed. Like, there's something here that doesn't look right, right? And I'll tell you what it is. It's the shoulder. The shoulder's wrong. It needs to be curved, or it needs to be needs to curve out. So you get this, so it looks right. But it's something about the shoulder I don't like. I don't like the bring it in some more. That's just I'm gonna fix it. But you see how this shoulder goes this way and this shoulder goes that way? It's got something's not right about it. I can't quite put my finger on it yet, but I'm trying to figure it out. Okay, let me just play this out here. I think for this to work, I've got to do this. Let me erase. And you know, it'll be interesting to see what Clayton says, but I think I'm right. I think that this has to go like this. Okay. I think that's how it has to go. And then I'm looking over here. I'm trying to mimic this, and I'm going to practice this again on the next one that I do. And see, look at this. Like, okay, well, shouldn't you have this here? So what's all this kind of like placeholder stuff? Shouldn't that be, you know, is that right? It seems to me that it should be the same. Bring out that deltoid, bring it out. And then erase that. I think that that's correct. And let's get this clean this up. This is not right. Yeah, there was some stuff that was put in that I think could be fixed. Okay. And then you got this here. You got this here. Yeah, okay, there you go. I think I found it. Okay. Alright. Let's see. Shouldn't it be like this then? No. Think about it. So this is going here. This goes away. Goes away. Am I right? No, I'm not right. It goes this way and then this way. There we go. I got it. 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 And then bring this in here. Yeah, it's going to go all the way here. And then you got to bring this down here. Yep. Now, I know he may have like been obscuring that, but I don't know. This looks right to me. I don't know. I kind of trust my own gut on this. You got to go with your gut, you know. Let's see if I can make this kind of pop up a little bit and not be so flat, you know. One thing I can say though is some of my drawing, you know, it's not as flat as it used to be, and so I'm enjoying developing as an artist and not having flat work as I had, you know. And you don't understand why it's flat. Well, it's flat because you're not thinking in 3D. You know, it's not being drawn in a three-dimensional with 3 dimensions in mind, you know. And that's what we've been learning a lot of that. And I mean, it's pretty incredible what he's doing with the gift that he's giving everybody. It's worth its weight in gold. My teacher Clayton's, what he's doing, you know, it's worth its weight in gold for sure. So, some clean lines here on that chin. Have to erase. Damn. No. Let's get in close. There are limitations though, like, you know, I don't want to get in close for everything. It's kind of a crutch, and I don't want to do that. So I'm not going to do it for everything. Oh no. Alright, yep. Alright, I want to fix the shoulder too. Alright, my eraser's too big. I'm going to make it smaller. There you go. Now I'm cooking with Crisco. Alright. Alright, that's better. Get rid of some of the artifacts here. Here. Here, here, here. Okay. Man, I gotta fix this. This is not what I want. And this is, I'm using pencil. This isn't even inks. It's starting to look like inks, but it's not even inks. It's just very dark black pencil that I'm shading in with. Nothing more, nothing less. That's what I'm using, you know. So, you see this? This needs to come down like that. And as a matter of fact, I want to get rid of some of this. I'm trying to be symmetrical here. Trying to get my symmetry down. Okay, let me fix that shoulder. But I think at the end of the day, this is going to be a nice little drawing. Nice execution. And I like being able to do something right the first time and then go in and make these corrections, these micro corrections that are really just almost a polish up, you know. It's a polish up of what I had. I really enjoy that. It's nice. Your eyes play tricks with you. See, I had that wrong. Look. Let's fix this again. You know, I had a situation once where I You know what? Look. What you do to one side, you gotta do the other. You know, you gotta... Hold on a second. We're gonna fix it. I'm gonna fix it. Alright, so... Let's see, this is here. Make it come down a little bit. And then there. And then up. Then over. Okay, that makes more sense. Yeah, it's trial by error, you know, trial by error. Getting it the way you want it to work, you know. Oh my god. Let's try to get rid of all the loose stuff. Smooth it out. Like I said, it could be endless. You know, this was a class sketch, so it's you know, I could go on and on and on and on and on about this, but I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna finish it. Call it a night. All right. Let's take a look in context, shall we? Okay. So the head's a little bit bigger. The figure in general is a little bit bigger. You know what I could do? The whole thing. Let's see. Just make the whole thing a little bit smaller. Yeah. Oh, where was it originally? I'm gonna leave it right there. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it right there. That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do. So this is basically an assignment that I'm turning in, and try to clean up these lines as much as possible. And there you have it. That's my sketch here. So it changed, it developed, you know. I developed over time and it changed. So yeah. Woo. I drink some water real quick. My power bank is at 100%. This is my power bank over here. Check it out. Let's see. 100%. I'm going to bring this to Garden State Comic Fest, plug in my phone into this, and yeah, that way I don't run out of battery, so I can stream for hours while I'm there. So that's it, you know, that's basically it. That was the mannequin we started with, the mannequin model, and then we built on top of it. And that's what we got, you know. So it's coming along. It has come along quite a bit. Fix this real quick. I'll make that a thicker line. This too. Okay, that's it. That's it. I'm done. I am done. Yep. Alright, well, I hope you enjoyed this video. You kind of saw how I worked through this. I did a little extra time on this, a little bit of extra effort for this sketch, but I hope you enjoyed it. I'm just looking through real quick. My elbows, they line up. My shoulders, they seem to be lining up pretty good. The buttocks seems to be okay. The knees are lined up, and the feet. Let me look at that real quick before I finish this up. Yeah, I gotta take that out. Fix it before I finish. Here we go. Okay. That's it. Stick a fork in it. It's done. Dunzo donuts. Done. Alright. So that's my assignment for the evening, was to do that and to finish. So I've got 2 videos I'm going to upload, and you'll be able to check those out. One is the Kordrath review, and the other is going to be the Jurassic Park review. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed the live stream. Went for almost an hour and a half. Hope it wasn't too boring, and you got some enjoyment out of it. And I'll catch you all next time here at Acadian Comics. Have a good evening, and talk to you again soon.